So, Rachel,
Hi, how are
thank
you?
you for joining me. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
I know you got a lot going on.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure, so am I getting this right? So, do we call you corporate chef, madam chef? What's the big title?
Madam Chef. No, I'm the executive chef of both East Side and Providence and East Greenwich.
All right, so you oversee both Red Stripes.
I do.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So, we're going to talk about Red Stripe as a whole, but naturally, because we've got the two of them. So, if you're listening out there in that South County area, you wonderful folks, you know that you got another Red Stripe you can go to if you can't get into Providence. So, first, we got to talk about your frock because this looks beautiful. Yeah, it looks very fun. I mean, this is incredibly colorful. So, tell me what you brought. Let's talk about that.
So I actually brought a couple of brunch items. This is actually on our Mother's Day menu. It's a sheared egg. So it's 4 eggs underneath all this cream and
4 eggs in there?
there are 4 eggs in there underneath the cream, and then there's also
Still warm. I love it.
well, yeah, cream and Gruyere cheese, some herbs, purple, pink potatoes, and some baby watercress.
Now, is that bacon on top too?
There's bacon in there, candied pepper
Can't
bacon.
go wrong with bacon. Can't go
Bacon
wrong.
makes it better.
That's all right. My God, that's like an entire meal right there in and of itself.
Yeah,
That's
so
beautiful.
you basically take your bread, get in there, have fun. I like to eat with my hands.
Oh,
so
I'm the same
for me,
way.
this is good.
I like to use my hands, drink with my hands. I'm all about it.
Yep.
Don't worry.
And it's fun to share too. And
So now this is something you've got out for this weekend for Mother's Day.
for Mother's Day, this is one of our egg specialties, and then we're also going to be doing a lobster Benedict as
A
well.
lobster Benedict.
Yeah.
God, can't go wrong with lobster.
And people love lobster in New England.
Oh, of course they do.
This is a sheep's milk yogurt with a house-made ginger granola.
That's house-made the granola?
Mhm, we make everything's from scratch.
Look at that.
And then just some grapefruit and mint for our healthier
Love that.
options.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'd probably go this way. Then it looks beautiful, but I'm not the healthier kind of guy.
I want to
you
go
know.
this way, but I will
You
go,
can head
I will
that
go
way.
that way. But they're both delicious.
That's awesome. All right, so Chef, we got to talk about, because I know that you're relatively new coming into
Yeah, I'm
the role, right?
about 8 weeks in.
8 weeks
with
in,
the,
all right.
with the company.
So before we get to the whole brunch thing, let's talk about your background, because this is what people love to know with new chefs coming into the area. Where are you from?
So I'm actually from New York City. I really, when I left New York, I actually came to Providence. And
We like that.
Yeah,
We like when people from
I
New York come to Providence.
came to Providence. My first chef's position was actually as a chef de cuisine at XO Cafe,
Oh,
working
done.
for John Elkay.
Yeah.
This is going back, I feel really old, probably 2002, 2001.
You're still a baby right now, so okay. But
Yeah. And then I opened a place called Lot 401, and then I moved up to Cambridge in Massachusetts and opened up Ohm and was the executive chef of the Mandarin Oriental, the hotel.
Beautiful.
Yep. And then, gosh, I feel like I'm a partner in a restaurant right now, also in Needham, Massachusetts.
Oh
RFK
my gosh,
Kitchen.
she's busy. She's
I'm
very
a
busy.
busy lady.
That's fantastic.
And
though.
and right now I'm working with and I love Encore Hospitality, which runs Mills Tavern and Red
Right.
Stripe.
And a few weeks ago, I had the executive chef from Mills Tavern, Ed, and he
yeah,
was
fantastic.
He was
Yeah.
a great guy. So that becomes interesting to a lot of people to understand the background. But you've been parts of the ladder of the culinary industry from a lot of aspects. It sounds like that.
Yeah, I mean I know Providence. I actually have a very sweet spot for Providence.
Another thing we like to hear, especially when they leave New York and come this way.
Well, I left New York, came here, left here, went to Boston, and now I'm back in Providence.
She
and
realized she had to come back to
I have
Providence.
to tell
It's,
you, it's
So I joke around about this because I was traveling a week ago and I was in New Orleans, and before that I was in Atlanta, and the food's good. It's
What, in
it's
Providence?
good. No, food's good when I travel in
Oh.
those places. But I'm anxious to come back to Providence. I can get good cocktails, don't get me wrong, but I'm anxious to come back to Providence to dine because I miss our style of our hospitality and food here.
I have to tell you, stepping away for almost 15 years from
Right.
Providence and coming back, it's night and day.
It is. It's
It
unbelievable.
is so impressive.
Unbelievable.
I think some of the restaurants here rival Boston.
I completely
and
agree.
I think the service and the hospitality is really genuine, and I think there's like a real dynamic kind of chef-driven small establishment.
The collaboration of chefs across the
Great.
entire state is amazing.
Yeah.
And it's something I'm incredibly fond of. You got wonderful people that pull that together. The Eat, Drink, RI Festival was just a week or two ago, and that was an amazing thing. And David DeDakin brings all the chefs together. So there's a lot of things that bring all of you together, and I think that that's fantastic.
I'm just getting back in. It's funny because the people that I knew when I was here in 2001, we're like the older ones now. Whereas then we were the ones that were causing ruckus,
making it all happen
being
and causing
crazy.
trouble.
Yeah.
Yep.
So now I'm like,
some of those guys are still causing trouble. Don't worry
I'm
about
sure.
that.
I've run into a
of them.
couple.
So brunch overall. So
Yes.
Red Stripe, how often is it doing brunch?
So in East Greenwich, it's Saturday and Sunday
Okay.
for brunch, and then in Providence, it's just Sundays.
Just on Sundays, okay.
Yeah.
So I know in Providence, and I have to say, I honestly have not been in the East Greenwich location,
Mhm.
but I know in Providence, again, you're similar to my last guest, Salted Slate, it's a very neighborhood style restaurant. It's a lot
It's a
of people working.
brasserie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is the menu French inspired because of that whole concept from it?
So I don't think the menu is, I think, French. It's almost an American French global
Okay.
brasserie. There's a lot of influence from all over. I'm actually bringing in some different influences now. So I think it's an eclectic menu.
Okay.
So I think like for somebody who wants something kind of more, I want to say simple, but a little bit less.
More comfort food.
More comforting. It's
Yeah.
there. And then there's some items that aren't. And right now I just changed the menus at East Greenwich.
Okay.
And they reflect a little bit more globally, but at the same time, definitely more artisanal and rustic.
So where would you say from your perspective, so you just changed East Greenwich, I can imagine that Providence isn't too far
Providence
behind,
is
right?
next,
So
yeah.
Providence is next. So you heard that here first. New
Yeah.
menu coming soonish.
The summer.
The summer. That's soonish. We'll take that as
Soonish.
soonish.
Yeah, and the thing is about Red Stripe Providence, and they are, to me, this iconic brasserie in Providence. People know them, and they've been around for such a long time now that, I'm not looking to completely change everything.
That's okay. There's excitement in that. It's
Yeah.
excitement in that. Like if I know some of the neighborhood people over there, that's exciting for them to know that there's
Yeah.
something good coming that way. So from that perspective, what inspires you when you're doing this menu creation? Where's your inspiration coming from?
Where's my inspiration come from? I'll sit in the dining room, kind of take it all in.
Listen to what guests are saying.
It's more of like an overall, and this might sound funny, but feeling the energy, like
That does something
from the design to who's in the dining room to the pace to how the kitchen performs.
Right.
And I'll sit back and say, well, what is this place to me, and what would I want to see out of this restaurant?
That's interesting.
And I think I'm one of those chefs that I cook for myself, but I cook for people. So I think it's important to really kind of embrace what people are craving, what they're wanting.
And that's kind of what you were just saying about with the menu and the clientele for the East Side, is that's important. It's very important that you
Yeah.
recognize it, but at the same time, I'm telling her, from all you East Siders, I'm telling her now it's okay. Make these great changes because it's going to inspire you and bring you in even more. So don't.
Yeah, I look at it as just like putting a spin on something that's really great already, and having some fun with it.
So from that perspective, I know that I go into the Red Stripe over here. The bar is a very
huge.
busy
There's
place.
two.
Yeah, it's a incredibly busy
Yeah.
place. And you expanded. I think it wasn't that long ago when the expansion happened, right? Maybe
A couple of years ago,
couple
I
years
think they
ago.
expanded. Yeah.
So that has a lot of energy right there behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, being that it's on the Sundays, is it
Mhm.
difficult to get in? Do people need to prepare in advance?
The last time I checked for Mother's Day, we had over 300 reservations just for brunch.
That's
So
fantastic.
that's not dinner.
So you got to get a dinner reservation now. Hear that? It's
Yeah.
not dinner. Get your dinner reservation.
And it's I have to say, I'm really impressed at how many people come through the doors.
Because we all have to honor our moms. And your wives, don't forget your wives, you'll be in big trouble.
You hear that,
See?
Lee?
You hear that? Don't forget that, you could be in trouble. Make sure she's taken care of, maybe not Sunday, maybe Monday, but or Saturday.
I'm probably going to get a room Saturday night here with my kids and everybody, and then work
How many
on.
kids do you have?
I have 2.
Awesome, fantastic. You got 2 more to catch up to me, so you got to get
Oh,
more
no
now.
way. I'm done.
That's fantastic. All right, so I know that Alex is here with you, and Alex
Yep.
is kind of like the manager that oversees the restaurants. from
On the
that
front of the
perspective.
house,
From the front of the
yeah.
house, okay. And Alex wants to talk about cocktails. So,
Yes.
So is there any last minute things I should worry about with you before I bring Alex in here to talk about cocktails?
Worry about with me. Oh.
No, or anything exciting, new news, anything special you want to tell us to try?
Well, we just changed the menu in East Greenwich. We're getting amazing feedback. We introduced a la carte steak section.
And is East Greenwich larger than Providence?
East Greenwich is smaller. It's
Smaller,
more
okay.
intimate. It does. I mean, it's busy, but it's a smaller restaurant.
Okay.
I think it's 2 to 3 years old.
Yep.
And we just flipped the menus, and I'm really happy with it. We're getting really great feedback.
Good.
You know, we've created a lot more variety in the sense that, like, if you want like a really great steak, you can now order a steak a la carte with sides, almost like you go into a steakhouse. And then
Wonderful.
there's, you know, more of a lot of communal appetizers, like
Love that.
like we're doing wild mushroom truffle arancinis and fried artichokes with shaved parmesan, which people love.
Those are awesome.
You know, we've brought in a tuna tartare. You know, just kind of changing things up and making things a little bit.
So some of that you think will carry over into the...
All of it.
Oh, fantastic.
So the goal,
Yes.
I mean, for me, I'm about consistency, and I want to see the same.
So when that happens, I'm going to make sure Rachel tells me. You'll see me doing either a Facebook Live or all the pictures of food that I put up there and everything.
It better
You'll
be
see
something
me-
nice.
Of course it would be. Of course it would be. But you got to tell me when it's happening. All right. So Alex, are you over there? You got to fill us in cocktails.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Rachel, for joining me.
Bye.
Love it.
Have fun.
How do I live up
as
to
I
that?
said, Alex oversees the front of the house, right?
Yes.
All right. So, but you got to tell me about cocktails because that's an important part over there, right?
Right, so we just have a couple really simple, easy Mother's Day cocktails with wonderful food like this from Rachel. We
What
keep
is,
it
what is this
simple.
with the lemon peel flowing
So
on?
this is our take on a French 75. It's just a little bit of lavender bitters with gin and some lemon. Top it with a little prosecco to make it bubble.
Now, everyone that knows that comes in here, I have to try these things.
Of course.
All right, okay.
Of course. Then we have a pamplemousse Bellini or a pink grapefruit
Oh
Bellini.
my God, I get the lavender right away.
Yeah, it's really nice. It works into with the lemon and the gin we use is botanist, so it's
Botanist,
a little more herbal. Goes really nice with that lavender.
See, people, I don't drink wine 99% of the time, but I drink cocktails as well. This is excellent. Really good. All right, and then you brought, what'd you bring here?
This is just a grapefruit Bellini, simple prosecco and a little pamplemousse liqueur, which is grapefruit.
So that brings in the grapefruit.
Yes.
So overall, so from the beverage program, let's talk about this real quick before we end up, is that your bars are busy. I mean, like I go into Providence and it's like I sometimes wait like 10, 15 minutes for someone to be nice enough to get up so I can get a seat. How is the cocktail program perceived over there? And it's got to be a big fit in for your menu, right?
Absolutely. So we have classic cocktails that we've had for quite some time on the menu, going back several years, that our bartenders have created for us.
Okay.
Those are mostly the most popular ones, and then we have some seasonal ones that bring in different products that are trending in the industry.
So is it the bartenders that are coming up with the concoctions, the creations themselves, and coming back with you guys?
Absolutely, we collaborate completely with all of our beverage program. They're the ones who are interacting with guests one-on-one, so we want their input.
And at the bar, I mean, I can say this from my own experience, is that they've suggested, like I've had them suggest things to me, which I was talking about earlier with one of my guests about on the wine perspective, but even from a cocktail perspective, I've been there at the end of the day, and they've suggested the different things. So you're very knowledgeable, is what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely. We like to include them in all aspects so that they can put their imprint on there, especially during service.
That's awesome. So for this weekend, besides this, is there something else that we should highlight from Mother's Day for people to know about from a cocktail perspective?
Cocktail perspective, we have a bunch of great brunch items as well as an awesome extensive wine list with several different options from all varietals, all regions.
And you guys have got a really good by the glass program, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We like to give you a value.
Absolutely.
So
It's
a nice
fantastic.
big pour with a great glass of wine.
Big pours. Nothing wrong with big pours. I
Not
encourage
at
all
all.
restaurants to do big pours. All right, well, Alex, thank you so much for coming in. Thank you for helping me coordinate to bring Rachel in, because I appreciate you guys taking the
Absolutely.
time.